rest, as I said, the squid membrane is, axon membrane is permeable to potassium. Some channels that are potassium channels that are always opening. So more potassium inside than out, so the concentration gradient is for potassium to go that way. Positive potassium, it's left the cell, so it's left the cell more negative, so we're at rest to begin with. Now, let's depolarize. Let's put a stimulus, let's depolarize our membrane to the threshold, just above the threshold. Now we have sodium channels, they're in red here. At rest, they're all shut, but now we've depolarized a little bit, so this sodium channel opens. Stay open. There. Okay, sodium, much more sodium outside than in, concentration gradient. These sodium ions, they've been desperately wanting to get inside the axon, but they couldn't. Now, oh, wow, we've got a channel, we can go through it. Okay, now the positive's gone this way, that's going to depolarize a bit more, so the voltage goes up a bit. That makes more sodium channels open, so now sodium can flow even more freely. Now we've got two channels, and we depolarize even more. Now that's the sodium channel there opens, so sodium goes even more easily. Okay, so we've depolarized enough up to the peak of the action potential, the sodium equilibrium potential. Now we need to come back to rest. So I said, the sodium channels inactivate, they spontaneously shut. It's the built-in property of the protein that makes the channel, so the sodium channels shut. We've got our sodiums left here, they say, damn it, I didn't get the chance to go inside the cell. But no more sodiums can go, so we can't depolarize anymore. But now, with these voltage-gated potassium channels, they're a bit slow on the uptake. They've only just started to notice this axon has been depolarized. But now the potassium channels, the extra potassium channels start to open. Potassium can now flow more easily out. Positive potassium is going this way, will now leave the inside more negative, so we're coming back down. And again, potassium channels, they're not taking too much notice of what's going on. Things are happening a bit faster than they can keep track of. The voltages come back to rest, the potassium channels are still open, so potassium can still readily flow out. That takes the voltage down below rest, more negative than rest, the hyperpolarization. But then eventually, those potassium channels will shut. We are electrically, we're back at rest. But the sodium channels, they still haven't recovered from activation. They've opened, they've shut, they're tired out, they need a little bit of a rest before they can open again. So for a short while we have this refractory period, even though the voltage has returned to resting potential, we can't trigger another action